Hello there and welcome to this Yaghi Labs answer, how to change the canvas size in Adobe CS4 Pro. I'm going to be giving you a couple tips on what you can do to take a video you have to really either scale it down or scale it up, manipulate it some way or another to fit a project that you're working on, a sequence. I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm going to refer to canvas size here as the actual sequence, and that once you set the sequence, you cannot change the sequence settings. You can add different video on there if you want to, but then you'll have to manipulate the video. So the answer is you cannot change the sequence settings as far as what it's originally set for. And if that's what you mean by canvas size, if that's what you're looking for, really just proceed further with this video to learn how you can manipulate the video. Alright, that's what we're here to do today, so let's go ahead and do that. I have Premiere CS5 loaded up. I know the title CS4 I recently upgraded. I'm going to walk you through the same process I would in CS4, so it doesn't really matter. I'll go ahead and start a new project. It doesn't matter what you name it. None of this, just leave this default. You know, you can name it whatever you want. And hit OK. Now, as you can see here, we have a bunch of different settings for all kinds of different video and different video recording devices. Go ahead and ignore that for now and hit cancel. And that'll bring you to the actual Adobe Premiere layout. We want to import the primary video that we're going to be working on, or that you're going to be working on. And if you have multiple video, that is okay. You have two options here, and I'll show you what those are. So I'll go ahead and import a couple clips. To import, if you're not familiar with this process, you just hit File, Import, and then go ahead and select the files that you want to. I'm going to navigate and get a couple in there, okay? And I'll be right back. Alright, so what I have here is a couple of videos I imported, all with different sizes, different frame rates, and I want to show you, once you import the video, if you haven't already noticed, it'll tell you what size, what frame rate, how the audio is for each of the files that you import. This one here is significantly smaller, 32 by 240 at 15 frames per second. The audio is 3200 hertz. This one's very large. It's a 1080 video, 1080i at 30 frames a second, 4800 hertz, and another one at 640 by 480. So I got a mix of video here. Now, generally, I wouldn't be mixing all this video into one sequence because it's going to turn out to be a sloppy edit depending on what I'm going for in the project. But let's say I want to work on this 1080. What I'll do is, I know it's 1080. It's digital video or high definition video. So I'm going to go to File, New, Sequence. Select high definition video. And go to 1080i 30 or 60. It's interlaced, so it doubles it up really. Hit OK. Now this sequence is set up to accept this video and process it to its best ability. What happens if you use a different video setting? It's not going to process the video real time when you're actually editing, and I'll show you what it does here. So you can bring in your source monitor, check it, a little beach clip. This yellow bar here tells me that it'll play back in real time. The video will be out of sync with this, the way I'm screencasting it. Now if I bring in a different video that is not the same settings, you'll get the red bar. And 1080 to that, right? So a huge difference in the actual size that it looks like. Now I could stretch that video out to fit the whole frame, but then you'll see how pixelated it is. Not really pixelated, but how just soft it looks, and it's not good. So that's really the second answer to the question, what can I do if my video doesn't fit? Well, you can kind of stretch it out like that. You have a different size video here. Same thing. Stretch it out, make it smaller. Now, if you have to work with videos like this, you'll want to get creative. I would say backdrop it. You know, make a title maybe up here. Make it fancy looking. You can still work in this palette or canvas, but you're going to have to get a little creative and make it pleasing to the eye. Now, if you're doing a special project for a customer or you want to make a movie or something, again, you're going to have to get creative with that. CS4 I allows you to just import right away from that clip instead of actually dragging it and dropping it. You know, it'll create a sequence with all these settings by just file, new sequence from clip. 5 doesn't do that. I don't remember if 4 does it because I always just imported source monitor and brought it down, and I had my settings set up initially. So whatever your settings here are, you just want to go to new sequence and match those settings. 640 by 480. So it's just going to be regular digital video. Standard 4800 hertz. Okay. So I'm going to take that video there, bring it down here. Yeah, see, it still doesn't match it quite as well, but it fits that screen pretty well. This just means it won't be able to play it back in real time until you render it, render that clip. When you stretch it here, it won't be as bad. You'll have to play around with some videos too if you have older ones like this. So work with it, play with it, and really again, the answer to the original question is you can't change these settings once you set them up. So that's why it's important to know what you're working with here to bring in the right sequence. Now, I hope that helped you out a little bit. If you still have questions, any questions at all, leave them in the comments. Send us a message, get a hold of us on Facebook, whatever you got to do to get your questions answered. That's what we're here for. Also, check out Yaghi Labs Internet Business Academy. We're going to teach you how to turn your hobbies into profitable business. If you have a small business, make it even more profitable using automated systems, using the power of the internet. I mean, that's what we do. So check that out as well. I'm Richard Kaufers, and you have a great day.